Here we go. Okay, so we're live here at 227th Street Playground, and basically this is another park that's alongside the river. And you know, people were saying that the hurricane wasn't as bad, or Irene wasn't as bad, tropical storm. But if you look in the park, if we zoom in, another story, same thing as the Oliveville Park. You have the rubber mats that are pulled up basically by the high tide. Basically another park was over water. Some say that the green parts were actually covered. That's how high the tide came up during the high tide. What you're going to continue to see here is the rubber mats pop up, more sandbagging for the park's bathrooms. And then if you look even more closer, you're going to see that the destruction from the storm is probably going to range in a very, very high amount of money, because of the amount of damage that was placed on these parks and stress. Now this is another park that's closed. This one, unlike the Oliveville Park, is chained up and basically has no access. And if you look closer, you're going to continue to see what are the rubber mats completely destroyed. And as we zoom into the park, you're going to see the rubber mats, due to the high tide, actually floated onto the benches and basically our destruction. And so we're gonna keep on walking over, and what you're gonna see is where the swing sets are, the rubber mats, the water actually pushed them up towards the fence, and it's like a checkerboard basically, or a Connect 4 board, and what you have is a whole bunch of holes. So as we continue to walk around this park, basically doing a whole entire 360, 180, whatever you want to call it, you're going to see more damage. We're going to continue walking down, as you see. And basically if you look down to the ground, you can see some of the water still left over. You can see some of the plants that were destroyed by this, that were part of the restoration. And basically what you'll see here as I zoom in is a tree basically destroying other trees when it fell. And then as we go down towards the riverbank, what you'll see is, as I turn around, basically this thing that you're looking at right now is supposed to hold the water and the soil in place so that nothing goes out during the erosion periods. But obviously it went over and didn't hold it down. So basically, to sum it up, and as we zoom in, you know, continue to see damage. There goes the storm drain, completely exposed due to the storm. But as you continue to go down, you see the amount of damage that our riverfront parks have had because of Irene. And it makes you wonder, basically all the efforts that we're doing, if they're basically doing their job. And when I say doing their jobs, I mean like all the stuff that we put so that the erosion doesn't affect the riverside. Nevertheless, I think as far as cleanup, it was a very good job doing cleanup. I think that we need to continue to do more. I mean, we have a whole bunch of trees that are still down. And as I pan around, what you can see is a whole bunch of families still enjoying the park, or at least some families. And you'll see Nilka right there, a photographer for the Bronx Free Press, who's taking pictures for damage. You'll see people still out and about doing their little exercises, and look, the lovely willow tree is still up and hasn't incurred any damage. But overall, I think that this stuff is probably the worst stuff I've ever seen in all the years that I've been working as a youth organizer and taking pictures of stuff randomly and making videos. And just so we can add a little bit more proof to how crazy the storm was, when the river rose, basically what you had was all of the plants shifted south. And you'll see that if you look, they make a little C shape, but the opposite C. So basically that's it, and that's it.